Hello and welcome. In this lecture video, we'll be working on these quick check problems revolving around dividends. Okay, so I'm on pages 333 and pages 334 of your course pack. Please do numbers 130 and 131 on page 333 and then number 138 on page 334. I did want to point out something here that when you have the number of shares authorized, issued, and outstanding, to calculate the dividends, it's number of shares outstanding. Okay, so number of shares outstanding times the dividend per share. So what I want you to do is to pause the lecture video, do these quick check problems, and then come back and check your work. Okay, thanks so much. Bye. Okay, so let's check your work. So here on number 130, the right answer is C. So on the date of declaration, we will debit retained earnings for the 9,500. Remember, I said use the number of shares outstanding times the 75 cents per share gives us 7,125. Debit retained earnings for 7,125, and then we would credit common dividends payable for our 7,125. And then on the date of payment, we debit our common dividends payable for 7,125, and then we credit cash for 7,125. All the question is asking you for is what's the total amount of the cash dividend? Well, that's C, but I gave you the journal entries here for the date of declaration and the date of payment. Remember, the date of record, there is no journal entry. So let's look at number 131. Company declared a 50-cent per share cash dividend. The company has 20,000 shares authorized, 9,000 shares issued, 8,000 shares outstanding. Remember, use the number of shares outstanding. So you take our 8,000 times our 0.5, which is 50 cents per share. This is going to be the total amount, 4,000. So on the date of declaration, just like we did up here, we debit retained earnings, and then we credit our common dividends payable. And in this case, it's for 4,000. So the right answer right there is A. Debit retained earnings 4,000, credit common dividends payable for 4,000. Okay, let's look at the last one right over here, number 138. Corporation has 50,000 shares of $20 par value common stock outstanding. Later that day, the board declared a 10% stock dividend. The market value of each share was $27. The journal entry to record the dividend, we take our 50,000 shares, and it's 10% stock dividend, which means it's a small stock dividend. Okay, it's a small stock dividend. So that means we're going to be debit retained earnings for the market value of those new shares. Well, how many new shares am I distributing? 5,000, right? The 50,000 times 0.1 gives me 5,000 new shares that I'm going to send out to my stockholders. Okay, times the market price, which is given to us at $27. Okay, $27 right there. So I'm going to be debiting retained earnings for that market price of $135, and then I will credit my common dividend distributable for the par value. Well, what's the par value? It's the $20 per share times the 5,000 new shares, gives us our 100,000 right over here, the credit to our common dividends distributable. And then the remaining, the difference between the market price and then the par value, goes into paid-in capital, 35,000. Debit to retained earnings, 135. Credit to common dividends distributable, 100,000. Credit to paid-in capital of 35,000. The right answer is C. Okay? So thanks so much. I hope you got those problems right. And in the next lecture video, we'll cover preferred stock. Thanks so much. Bye.